to the UK. So it's still our first week in London and we're not really into a routine yet, but I do have all of my students this week just like normal, just like I would if I was back in the States. It's so different being here because I've already been up, I've been to the gym somehow, and I've come back, lesson planned, and I've actually already had my first student of the day. This is my Japanese adult student, and normally I would have him at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but now of course being on UK time, he is now with me at 1 p.m. We got that class done and time is going by so fast here. Next I'm gonna have two sisters, one right after the other because they're like 2 years apart, so they're on different age levels.
My goal this week in London is to help promote the business, try to network as much as possible within our local area, meet some friends, make some connections, and hopefully just start, getting to know people.
Yeah, I think we're off to a good start, don't you?
I do.
So I have about 30 minutes before my next two students, so why don't we do something very British? This should make the Londoners happy. If you are a Londoner watching, let's make a cup of tea. Our rental actually came with this, but when I saw this one at the store, I wanted to try it too. So we're gonna try it for the first time today. I really don't know if it's any good. I mean, before this, I wasn't a big tea drinker, but I'm gonna do it now because why not? So it seems like every British home has one of these electric kettles. So it's plugged in over there. We're gonna just push the button. Okay, it's good. Here's a sneak peek at how my lesson planning goes. I know some of you have seen that, but it's not anything complicated. I just write down a few things that we're going to do, and if we don't get to it, like see how I have the dates, if we run out of time, the stuff down at the bottom moves up to the following day. Different colors today for this reveal game. We're gonna do our first question. What's it gonna be? Okay, it has to be the sad one first.
When Grandma passed away, there was a blank of letters and gifts from friends and family.
First, look in your own brain.
I think it should be probably, it can't be tangible, even though it means.
So many students are tempted to just summarize the entire book. I've already read Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So have you. We don't need to rehash the whole story. We're sort of doing it now because we're talking about it and we're gathering our thoughts. But when you're writing an essay, you're presenting original ideas, or as original as can be. So if we're going to practice and say, explore how Dr. Jekyll changes throughout the novel, we want to maybe come up with a thesis. What's the main thing we want to talk about? And then he perambulated off. Do you remember perambulated?
Yeah, wandered off.
Yeah, agree with him or see his point, and they're just not buying it, or they need more evidence, which I think is very realistic. That happens all the time in real life. Okay, so the first classes of the day are over, and so I actually have two more this evening, but I want to tell you that it gets dark here early. I mean, we are higher in longitude and it is winter, but oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. I mean,
very good. Okay, let's switch places and make the y negative. So what would the new D point be?
okay, so change of scenery a bit, but I've been recruited to go get some snacks from the grocery. And normally I would never wear what are pretty much pajama pants to the grocery, but no one's gonna know. The good part is I don't have to drive there. So let's go see what it's like. In total, the two sets of cookies I got were only, how much? £4 and 40 pence, I guess. But of course, naturally, I embarrassed myself in there. I've never actually scanned anything on their self-checkouts yet. And I screwed it up and the lady had to come help me. It was kind of embarrassing. And it's no surprise. I don't know, I'm new. Okay, we're back in our flat, but check it out. This is supposed to be for 2 people, but we think that the Brits just have smaller portion sizes. I mean, this is enough for me, but for the both of us, I don't know. So what do you guys think? This is katsu. So, I mean, it should taste good, but we may have to go pick up Chinese from the nearby place. So tonight we still have 2 more classes. Well, Pepper has 1 class and I have 2. Tuesdays and Thursdays can be a little bit busier because sometimes when you have students twice a week, they either do Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and then Fridays are lighter days. So today we actually just met up with a couple of people who have moved here from New Zealand, and I kind of forget that a lot of people still travel the world, like especially people in their 20s, not that we're in our 20s, people who don't totally have their own roots yet, like especially if you're from a country that's far from a lot of other places, like I guess we can say the US is, and places like New Zealand, Australia. Europe's different. You can go to all these different cultures. We did bring up the fact that I do drink Coca-Cola like almost every single day, and the guy from New Zealand was like, "You drink Coca-Cola every..." Well, he didn't sound like that. I can't really do a great New Zealand accent. It's like kind of like a London accent, but not really. I guess there's a difference. But I was like, yeah, every day. And he's like, isn't that so unhealthy? I'm like, it probably is. That's probably why I like sometimes have cavities. It's so fascinating to learn the different diets and habits from others around you, because they sell soda around here. I don't know, everything in moderation, but I just thought, well, why not have a Coke every day? Maybe that's weird. Coca-Cola, sponsor me, please.